Hello, I am Archivist Asheron, and welcome to my study. And today, we are back to playing some Asheron's Call, as always. Now, today I don't have as much of a plan. Usually, when I go into these Asheron's Call streams, I'm like, okay, we have this exact quest to do, and we're gonna do it. And then most of the time it goes well. Sometimes I just die horribly, but usually there's a plan. This time, not so much. Essentially, I figured out, I think, why this character is, kind of struggling on some quests and with some enemies. And I think it's partially the fault of this armor. Because, I mean, look at it. I don't have any item magic, so it's kind of wimpy. I mean, it's not the worst I've seen, most certainly, but by level 82, usually you want to at least be able to buff your armor past this point, or have armor that buffs itself past this. And so what I'm saying is this is kind of wimpy. And I think that is why melee attacks are so devastating for us right now. Because, those eaters and sometimes Ulthoi kind of completely tear us apart. So I'm thinking it's that. Because it's not an issue of not having protections. Because, like, I have this from doing, I believe, the warrior pincer. So I have level 7 piercing protection and well, this is level 4 acid protection, but I think the armor gives me level 5. Yeah. So that means that this is completely useless, right? Put it on. Yeah, it's surpassed on both. So yeah, this is useless. I don't need to have it on. But I have level 7 piercing resistance, level 5 acid protection, which there's only a 15% difference there. So they should both be pretty well protected, all things considered. But they're not. Like, both Eaters and Ulthoi, I think both do piercing and acid damage. So both of them we should be well protected by, but no. And the entire time I played this game, I've always kind of discounted the importance of armor levels. So why is this one higher than the others? They all have impenetrability 5, which increases it by this. Does the helmet just have more base armor than any other piece? Why would they do that? Anyways, I'm getting off track. That is just, I only noticed that when I was going around inspecting these just now. That is very bizarre. Anyways, so I think the only thing that's going to get us back on track and get us to a point where we can, start actually doing things that are more difficult is by getting to level 90. Because at level 90, approximately, or we could get on Ralorea, or however you pronounce his name. But that guy is a very slippery enemy, and I don't think I want to deal with that. But I already did look for him for a while, just like a couple days ago. It didn't go well. I did not find him. I looked for like a couple hours while watching something else, just have the Verindi sense on and just wander around aimlessly. It didn't go well. Did not find the guy. It was very sad. But if I did find him, then I could get the item enchantment at 85 when I get my next skill credit. But unless I get the next one at 90. But I don't think so. I think it's still every 5 levels until level 100. Could be wrong. But I think the way I calculated it out, I would get item enchantment at 90, which, isn't the best because it's pretty late. And even then, I might need even more just to get enough XP to level it up to the point that I could cast decent level item spells. But once I can do that, I can actually, put hopefully higher than level 5 spells on these and actually buff the specific elements, which would be very nice. But until then, we are going to be taking some serious damage from enemies. At least in melee. I know armor levels don't do much against spells, which might be why I don't usually pay attention to armor level, because after a certain point in the game, spells are really the only dangerous thing, except on a few exceptionally strong melee enemies. So, I'm gonna do the Moorsman quest, because I know I haven't done these today, at least. I don't know when I last did them, but it certainly was not today. Nice. Alright. I don't need to change my view, I just need to do the next corpse thing. Should be fine. I think most of these pyrails just aren't even worth picking up. Still pick up the peas, because, I mean, they're nice. Worth a lot of money, although the early ones really aren't. Like, lead peas probably aren't even worth picking up after, like, level 30. The iron ones are decent. I don't know, you gotta get money wherever you can, especially on a mage where you're gonna need to be constantly buying more components. Oh, but while... I think I did mention it last stream, but in between streams, I switched entirely over to level 7 Void Magic. I do fizzle sometimes, which is not fun. And it almost seems like certain spells have different difficulties. Like with the Bolt, I rarely ever mess up casting the Bolt, but the Blast and the Destructive Curse, those ones fizzled like probably 20% of the time from what I saw. Or I was just getting really, really, really unlucky. I'm not really sure which one it is, but I feel like it might be more nuanced than the wiki's spell difficulty page lets on. But it is very nice, because now I can have my, like, permanent component amount, you know? Because before this, I was just holding on to a small amount of each of the earlier scarabs, but now I don't need to worry about that too much. Though, I do still have things like my healing and stuff is still level 5s, so still need the earlier scarabs. Level 7 spells are just so nice, especially the purple. Like, you don't even really realize how much you miss having all your spells have the nice, you know, purpley effect until you make a new mage and all your spells are blue. And it's like, it doesn't look bad. It just doesn't look as familiar. Because, you know, for most of your character's life, if you get them high enough level, they're going to be casting level 7s or higher. Which I believe incantations are still purple. Alright, so the first egg, not really worth a lot, just 500k, and that's after it's been doubled, so yeah, first egg, not that profitable. But the notes, I believe, are always pretty good. I don't remember exactly how much the first one gives, but it's still good to get it. And I don't know why, it's difficult for me to skip the early levels of stuff. Like, I'll end up skipping the first few Tusker Tusks, but generally when it comes to that kind of stuff, I'm like, I need to start at the beginning. You gotta start with the first one, that's how it goes. It's like an obsession to do everything chronologically. Which I think I inherited, because my mom always insists on doing things chronologically. You know, anytime we watch a series, it's like, nah, you gotta start with the first one. You can't just go to that one that's like the sequel, but it was made 20 years later and everyone sees it as pretty much the first one. No, you gotta start with the very, very first one. So I think that's where I got it. But it still is kind of nonsensical, because the first few Tusker Tusks give almost nothing after, you know, level 10. You know, I still don't know how I feel about using the blasts. Because, like, usually they're better. Especially, you know, against groups where you're going to be able to hit all the projectiles on the enemies. It's just like, you can just get more damage, less chances of things resisting. So it's just kind of better, but it feels, I don't know, just weird. It was kind of one of my main qualms with Mage in the late game on my other Mage on Reef Cull. It was like, all I did was spam blasts. And it kind of hurt my ears because blasts are many times louder than a regular bolt is. Because, you know, it's multiple bolt sounds just all mashed together. Which is still weird. It's weird that numerous noises can sound louder just by the number of them. You know, like if you're in a crowd and there's just one person talking, even if it's the exact same environment, it's going to sound quieter. But if you're in a crowd and there's like 20 people talking, even if they're all still talking regular volume, it'll sound loud. It's kind of weird. I wonder if it has something to do with the kind of like noise perception of the brain, where it's not exactly volume but busyness that the brain is like hearing, and so with too many voices it sounds busy and thus it sounds loud. I'm not sure. But certainly if a game plays multiple of the same sound at the same time, it most certainly ends up sounding louder than just the singular sound. And it's kind of nice being a mage though, because you can just jump over to this middle platform and nothing can get you. Stop fizzling. You know, it usually only does that occasionally. That was twice in one engagement. That's a bit weird. I'm just a bit unlucky, I think. But it's doing a nice amount of damage. And 250 per bolt, approximately. It's not bad at all. You know, I should have been looting these guys because they're all level 80. Could have been getting lucky red letters or something. Or scarlet red letters and lucky gold letters. Also, as a mage, you can just kind of stand across a gap like this and he just can't do anything. So I had to kind of wait for him to stop moving so much so my bolt wouldn't just miss. Alright, it's 2 notes and an egg. We're probably not going to turn in this egg just yet, because that you turn in right next to where you turn in the notes, so might as well do that at the same time. But let's see how high level of these types of dungeons we can do. Because that's always, at least for me, the most like entertaining part of leveling up a new character is like every day you can do the next stage of quests. You know, it's the same quest line, like the Olthoi pincers or the Tusker tusks, but every day you just get a little bit more powerful, and then you realize that you can do all the way up to the guard tusk, and then maybe all the way up through the plated Tusker tusk, and just keeps going up and up until you've reached the end of each of the quest lines. At which point things get a lot more boring, because then you're not unlocking any new quests at any point. But yeah, last time I did this Moorsman quest, I could only do up through, I think this level of the Moorsmen, because inside, the Moorsmen are level 100. And at that point, it was certainly a bit more than I could handle. But now I might be doing better. It's really hard to select things when you're this zoomed in. Really wish I had a numpad on my keyboard. Then you can just like press the del button over there and it puts you to first person mode. Let's heal up. And then inside, I do wonder what the level requirements on these are. Would I even be able to do the next one? Because those level requirements, they end up getting me in trouble a lot. Mainly because I keep pushing myself to be like, man, how high level of stuff can I do? And then the game is like, no. You can't do that. We're not even going to let you in the portal. Even though usually it's something I know that I can do. It's like, just let me at the mutilators. It'll be fine. Well, you know, I don't care the mutilate is in their name. It's fine. Which honestly, the Ulthoi Warriors was already like hard enough by quite the margin. So I don't think I need to even try the mutilators. Even though I believe I'm high enough level to now. I think the restriction was level 80. Now the issue with these guys is that they're always trying to body block you on these jumps. It's not very nice of them. So you gotta be careful. And only jump when you know that you can get across. But sometimes you know you can get across and then you don't. And you just get a bit overconfident. It happens. And then you're stuck at the bottom with hundreds of these guys. And with them all being level 100, I don't think I want that. Yeah, and especially on this last one, I've never been able to jump across that last one without him blocking it. It's just like a combination of how far away he can see you and how fast you can get to the jump. Always makes it so you can't get there first. Maybe you can, but I'm just never fast enough for it, I don't know. Ow. Yeah, so these guys don't do a lot of damage. They have good attack skill, because they're going straight through my melee defense. But you can see, these guys are still doing an acceptable amount of damage for what I would, you know, expect. But those Eaters and Ulthoi, they certainly don't. They do a lot more damage. Like somehow a level 80 Eater. Alright, Lightning Volt. Interesting. I mean, nothing in here uses lightning except for maybe this guy, but... you know, whatever he wants, I guess. So yeah, the crit from this Moorsman doing 18 damage was basically what the regular hit for one of the Eaters was. And those Eaters, with some attacks, would hit multiple times in one attack animation. So they could do upwards of like 40 damage without critting. And then, what if their attack crits? Because then each individual attack of theirs can do about 40 damage as well. And then if that hits twice, if they both crit, you're just pretty much dead. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. Even the Ulthoi Warriors weren't doing as much damage. I think, aren't Ulthoi Warriors 115? And they weren't doing as much as regular level 80 Ulthoi were, or not Ulthoi, regular level 80 Eaters. That's the word. Also, that's the wrong turn-in guy. give the egg to this guy. Alright, easy 10 mil. Very nice. Though it takes a lot to level now. We have officially hit the point where things are going to be getting a lot more difficult to, you know, actually achieve levels. But also, where's the next one? I haven't done these in a while. And that was about as far as I ever got recently. I sure hope it's not Iron Bekur, because I know that's one of them. Moorsman on the shores. Beach fort, that's it. Okay. And that requires, I believe, also Mayoi. Because beach fort is... Let me double check, just so I don't end up going there and it not being the right route. No, yeah. It's Mayoi Lady Myla Estates. I was correct. So then we head out here, go through the portal, do that next one, which there'll be level 100 in the building, and then I don't even know. What is it, level 120? Is that the next rank? Beach Fort, Moorsman Fort? I think it's technically a different quest to get the notes, which is why those aren't coming up. Oh yeah, Ritual of the Blight, that's the other one. And then the Beach Fort one has a 75 plus restriction. And it goes to these tunnels, which have these Moorsmen, which are level 115. Interesting. Well, I have killed level 115 enemies before. And those level 115 enemies were Ulthoi, so probably a lot harder than Moorsmen, I would assume. Usually I don't have much issue with Moorsmen. Although they can be a bit of trouble because they do like acid and fire damage, which are both pretty deadly to humanoids, but, you know, not as bad as the Ulthoi, because they don't have as high of melee attack skill or as high of just base melee damage, which is really what's important. Because that's mainly like what sets apart the Eaters from the Ulthoi. So the Eaters just have an insane amount of base melee damage. Whereas the Ulthoi, not so much, except for Eviscerators. Those guys have a surprisingly high amount of base damage. But yeah, I think we can do this one, but the next one is in Iron Bekur, and I don't want to deal with that. Because I'm still like putting off having to go to Iron Bekur and unlock the teleport there and all that with the Lifestone recall. Because like, I don't want to deal with that run. That's a long run. Unless I go on my other character, like summon a portal for myself, but I am not even sure if my other characters are still tied there. So how do we want to deal with these guys? Probably slowly, right? Yeesh. I do like the void magic lines, like you eradicate them. It's very nice. I like eradicating things. Yeah, we're just gonna cheese them on the staircase here. You know, honestly, they brought it upon themselves by running up the staircase and getting stuck. You know, if they were just running around the room below, I would never be able to hit them like this. Very hard to see at this angle, though. Not exactly the best angle to be casting spells down at something from. But at least they're not moving. So, that is indeed a plus. Alright, well, I don't think the key's on this guy. No, ooh, gold P. I'll take that. Alright, the view's gonna be flipping all over the place. Well, if I move forward, it'll flip all over the place. Yeah, I'll take that key. Thank you very much. We'll heal up just so we have enough health to know we can actually get the chest. Can you stop blocking my view? I'm trying to click on the chest, my guy. He was like moving around me at the perfect rate to stay right in front of the chest visually. He knew what he was doing. So let's heal up again, get our mana back, because we're going into a place that has high level enemies, level 115. And I mean, that's not the worst. Also, yeah, I haven't gone past level 3 spells on my creature magic. Could I though? Let me check what I think 300 is a 50% chance. Just spells that should bring up this and level 7s. Yeah, 300 is a 50% chance. So I could put full creature enchantment buffs on me at a 50% casting chance. But actually, if there is a chance here, I could do this without having to raise it anymore legitimately. At least for now. I will, of course, raise it eventually. If I put focus and self and creature enchantment buffs on me. Let's see, where's the focus? There's the focus debuff up there. Why is the... Wait, what is this one then? Oh, that's deception. It has the same icon. Very confusing. Where's focus? I need the there it is. Inner calm. So with these three, if I can just cast these three to some degree, even if I fizzle a few times, if I can cast them at all, it should be about a 50-50 at first, and then get easier. So with all three of those, we're at 320. Not a huge increase, but that small increase raises it up to 80% chance to cast them, which is still pretty bad, all things considering. But also, they last for an hour, which is nice. Let's actually get the rest of what we need on here. I did not think this through. So the rest of these, we can get these off the bar, because those are all the low level ones, which we won't need anymore after we can actually get this going. That first, get all the attributes, because that's most important. Hastening, then Might of the Legions. Okay, then we're gonna get everything else. Like, we probably need Void Magic Mastery, Self, and this isn't all that important, but it's at the top, so we'll put that in. Don't need salvaging. What's this? Armor tinkering, don't need that. Don't need cooking. Just want to put on specifically the spells we need. It's fletching, I think. Yeah. Healing skill, no. These we're probably wanting. Those are important. And I don't think we have level 7s of those yet on any of our gear. Jump and run skill will be important. Life magic skill, that's important. We'll put that near the start. Aura of Resistance. We'll also put the Void Magic near the start, before the attributes even. Mana conversion skill, very, very important. We might want this even further back. And I think, is that it? Is that all we need? Oh, we need run. Of course we need run. You need to be up there. Maybe like that. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's all the ones we need. So then, we've already got these three. So let's see if we can cast the rest of them without fizzling too many times. I mean, 80% chance of success is pretty good. It's still going to lead to a few fizzles throughout, you know, your existence casting these, but at the very least, you're going to have the spells. My mana conversion's just barely keeping up. I really need to level that a bit more. Although, with all of these, brings this up to 370, which is like, what, 99%? No, 360 is 99%. 376 is 100%. So this is like 99.8% casting chance on Void Magic. And then Life Magic will be... Yeah, that is above 99% as well. So, in addition to those buffs, that means we can go in here, go to Life Magic, and throw these on the bar. Which I'm just going to have them oriented the same way I had them on here. Because now we should have a really good percent chance to get all of these. So let's see, did I miss any? It's hard to tell. You can't really see the difference. We need piercing, slashing, fire, and lightning. So, slashing, fire, lightning, and piercing. Was that everything? Did I miss something? No, that's all of them. Okay, and then usually I also put these kinds of things. What is it, this one? Yeah. At the end of this, because this will take a lot of mana to cast. And then we can probably also replace the heal spells and everything. Which might be, you know, jumping the gun a bit, but they'll be a lot better. Because, like, you see 45 to 90 goes up to 80 to 150. That is an insane amount of increased regeneration. We can also do this, which will go from 135% to 175%. Very nice. And this is 100 to 200 from 60 to 120. So everything just much, much, much better. Were the stamina, mana, life regen buffs? That is true. Yeah, because those were in the life enchantment or life magic section. So I'll add these to this buff page, which is none of these. It's Robustify. Where should I put these in here? Probably near the end. And then this one. And this one. Alright. So then we can cast those. Which these are all life magic spells, so we should have a 100% chance of casting. Approximately. These definitely take a lot of mana. So we just did Blade Turners, and then Fire, Ice, Acid, and Lightning, even though half of those won't be necessary because we're fighting Moorsmen, but that's fine. And I think that's about everything. Let's check here. That is a lot of buffs. We have finally gotten to the point where we can cast level 7s on ourselves. That is very exciting. I think this is the first mage on my server that can actually do that. And now we should have no issue with level 115 enemies, right? I mean, going up from level 5 buffs to level 7 buffs, and even having a lot of buffs that we didn't have before. Like, I think actually most of our attributes were unbuffed most of the time that this character's been alive. Because this armor doesn't give you any significant amount of attribute buffs. And I was relying mainly on the armor to survive thus far. My god, thank you. They always get stuck in animations to just stand right in the way. Just perfectly in the middle of the path. But now we should have no issue casting level 7s. Doesn't necessarily mean they won't resist, but... and once I get item enchantment, we'll have the full repertoire. Gotta focus on these jumps. Don't want to miss. But you also can't take too long or the enemy will run up and block you. It's like a mix of having to be fast and not missing the jump. Yeah, now we're taking even, like, less or the same amount of damage from these guys as we were from the earlier stage of them. Because we have the higher life protections, which is very good. Oh, but those crits kind of hurt. Not really enough to be worrying, especially because this life spell just so much healing. It's very nice. I have been very much suffering when it comes to the level 5 healing spells. It's just like, sometimes you just can't out-heal the damage enemies are doing. Ow. Why you gotta do that? That's very rude. Alright, if you would stop moving. There, yeah, just stand right there. Don't move too much. And I'll just pummel you with spells. Except for the ones you resist. Although these guys are pretty high level. Yeah, 160. Okay. And he goes again for the lightning vuln. You know, bold move. I would personally do like an acid vuln. Or maybe a fire vuln. To make me more susceptible to his Moorsman entourage there. But he decides not to do that. Okay, then we turn the egg into this person. Very nice. And then the next one's Iron Bekur, but I don't think we're high enough level for that. I think that's... What are you doing inside the fort? You're not allowed in here. Get out. Interesting. Okay, so now we need to go back to Mayoi. And since we don't have item magic, we just need the lifestone. Which also sucks, because that's like my main way of getting around. And it drains half my mana every time I do it. Which, I mean, we can just do stamina to mana, but still. It kinda is, it's kind of unfortunate. But soon, we'll be level 90 and we can get item enchantment. And then we can buff our item enchantment. Did we buff our item enchantment? I don't think we did. I should definitely put that on the bar. Just in case, you know, for when I actually get that. So what does that one look like? Is that you? No, that's tinkering. I haven't actually had to set up my bars in a while, so I kind of forgot the... Oh, that's item enchantment, okay. I forgot what all the little pictures looked like for all these spells. Okay, now Mayoi would be right across here on the right. No, on the left. I always think it'll be where Baishi is, but it never is. Because I go to Mayoi a lot more than I go to Baishi, so I kind of assume it would be the second one on the right, which is a very prominent place, but second on the left is a bit more obscure. It's kind of weird that they place this one here and Baishi on the right, when I never go to Baishi. Like, what do you even do there? And now I'm kind of curious, what do you do in Baishi? Oh, is Baishi where you do the... Well, no. I was going to say Sawato extortion, but wouldn't that be in Sawato? I think let me go to Baishi really quick, because now I'm curious. I need to actually see the town so I can remember if there are any quests that I remember in that area. Oh no, it was Nanto that was there anyways. But yeah, Baishi. What is this place? Oh, it's this one. Right, okay. I forgot. The only reason I've ever gone here, as far as I remember, is to give the sake to the drunken madman that then summons the portal. To the walled portals. So that's why I remember this place. Okay. So what do we do now? What other quests are there? We could attempt. We were actually just there. I should have done it while we were in the area. But we could attempt the Sword of Belenese. I attempted it once before and absolutely got destroyed. But now we have level 7 buffs. So we might be able to do it. Especially because while we were there, it was both my ineptitude of being able to heal myself and the fact that they have spells. It was pretty much those two things put together. Because the spells did burst damage, their melee attacks were taking my health about as fast as I could heal, and the spells just kind of push it right over the edge into not being sustainable. But this time we have, first of all, level 7 heal spells, which are incredibly good, comparatively, at the very least. And we have level 7 spells, which should make it so we can actually handle their attacks and their spells a bit better. But yeah, the enemies at the end of that dungeon are like level 135. It is not an easy quest to do at this level. But I don't think there's a level requirement on it. Or at least if there is, it's not very high. So that's nice. You can really just do it whenever you feel like you're strong enough to. Also, it's not marked on the map, so you just kind of run this direction, and eventually you see a big hole in the ground. And hopefully I'll recognize once I've wandered too far. Ooh, I could try to go get Chorazite. Though I don't know, what level is that? Those Lugians just reminded me. Plus being next to Beach Fort. Because this is where you go to get the Chorazite refined, I believe. But if I can get Chorazite, then that means I can use Chorazite potions, which means that I can use the level 7 Dispel Life magic. Which would be very nice. Because then I would pretty much never need to use Gems of Stillness again. At least on this character. You just can dispel all the vulns and everything off yourself. But, as I said, it requires Chorazite potions, and I am not sure if I'm high enough level to get those yet. So it might just take low-grade Chorazite. I don't know. I'll look it up once we've finished probably dying in this dungeon. don't know why the map's up. It's not on the map. Why am I even looking at that? Just like, am I close yet? I can't tell. There it is. Off in the distance. You can tell because it makes you think that you're looking at the beach because of the coloration, but you're not. But yeah, the only 2 deaths this character has ever had was inside this place when I was trying to do it off stream. I was just like, I can do it. I just need to sprint to the end real quick so nothing can hit me, and then clear out the enemies in the final area. It'll be easy. It was most certainly not easy. But luckily even though you can't have a map in here, I have memorized this entire place. When I resisted a spell, that's a good sign. If I can resist any of their spells, that's, you know, a big bonus from last time. But yeah, and I think at the end, only 2 grievers really follow you, usually. Yeah, because this is the end right here. Okay, we got 3 this time. That is unfortunate. But I can actually hit them sometimes with my spells. Last time I couldn't. And their damage isn't too much for us anymore. I should probably keep my health up, though. Just in case one of their spells lands and I lose like half my health immediately. It happens. Happens a lot. Man, this guy's just resisting everything. And he heals. You haven't even taken damage yet, my guy. Just stop resisting. How can you resist this base? None of your friends resisted that many. And he goes back to resist. Okay. Wow. Are these like... No, these were also the level 135 versions. Both of them. That is bizarre. I'm just the least lucky person in the world, apparently. Or this is the most lucky griever. How do you resist that many times? My guy, you better die before I run out of mana. I mean, come on. What is with... Did he might have buffed himself. Oh, he might have put magic defense buffs on himself, or maybe like focus or self buffs. Because neither of his friends lasted this long. That must be what happened. Okay, now it's just gonna hit you with level 1s. Okay, those both hit. Of course, when I'm casting level 1 spells, the game is like, oh yes, those land. But your longer to cast spells, those won't land. You don't need them to. Well, that was an experience. Let's grab all their important stuff. And then we have to kill this guy, which is the real scary part. Ooh, because he's got... I'm not still vulned. That's good. For a second I was like, I'm not still vulned, right? So I was lightning vulned. This guy would kind of annihilate me. Get rid of those debuffs. Good sir, would you like to pull without your eaters? You usually do. Okay, there he comes. Now this guy does some damage. Ow. As is evidenced by me taking damage. Okay, ow. Okay, new plan, weakening curse. Get weakened. That didn't help. That helped not at all. Yeah, this guy is always an absolute glass cannon. Like, I don't know why or how they made this guy do so much DPS. But he does. He is a force to be reckoned. He's not even using the legendary Sword of Belenese. that he stole. He's just hitting us with a frickin' lightning fist weapon and still taking like all of our health per hit. You know what? I'm taking your mana potion too. It made me heal a lot, which took a lot of mana. So we're just gonna drink that before teleporting. But we did do it. It happened. It worked. We didn't die somehow. I mean, every time I'd done this, I died to these, not even to him, and he's much harder. Though he doesn't resist as much. That was ridiculous. That one Griever is just absolutely unhittable. Once again, I think he had to have buffed his magic defense. There's no other way other than it just maybe being super, super, super unlucky. I'm not sure. And I can give this back, right? More XP? Yeah, more XP. And we'll get that all done there. Just make sure I have plenty of mana stones. Okay, so that's done. We're almost up to the level I need to be. We have 7 out of 8 skill credits. So we just need 3 more levels. How do we get 3 levels? Now, there was a possible quest I could do, the Tanada quests, because those are level 80 plus and they give a good amount of XP. But it might be pretty tough, I'm not sure. But let's give it a try. And at the very least, maybe by the time we fail at this, I'll have something else in mind to do. I don't know. So we need to go talk to someone in Xiaoxi. I think they're back here? Where are they? To the side of one of these buildings. Oh, it's by the tower. Right. This one. I haven't done these quests in a while, but I remember that much. So then you talk to me. House of Air located here. How do we get there? That's weird. She says the House of Air, but the wiki says it's the House of Storms. Yeah, and it is the House of Storms. That's kind of odd. I wonder if they changed the name at some point, or if this is just she got the name wrong. I don't know. So how do we? So Kara to Yukikaze. Got it. Kara, very nice town. Once again, I really only ever go there to to find the tattered Verendi cloak for the singularity weapons, but still, nice town. I do feel like there are some towns in this game that could be very much expanded upon. You know, have more quest givers, just more quests in general. And then settlement portals are this way. We need the Yukikaze, which is probably one of these. Probably the last one I'm going to select, because that's usually my luck. There it is. Yeah, and since this is a level 80 plus quest, that kind of tells me it's going to be pretty tough. But if they start utterly destroying us, we can just, you know, teleport out. Use a Aphis Lassel recall gem. Ooh, I still need to do my Tusker Tusks today. So that's what we can do next. Are you friendly? You are. I like your robe. It's a very nice color. You don't see that very much. Oh, and you're pretty sucky, Archmaid, when you don't even have the last few scarabs, but you know, that's fine. Do you have anything special? Good alchemical items supply, and oh, and you're the one with the puzzle box. Do I need this? I keep every time I find this person, I'm like, ooh, a puzzle box. I wonder what quest that's about. And then I never actually I mean I look into it, but then I never actually get it because I don't think it's a quest that is important. Yeah, so this is purchased from them. Again, that you decode that. It's for the Hieromancer's armor. That's probably why I've never done it. I don't need the Hieromancer's armor right now. Especially because I think Hieromancer armor takes a war magic skill. So yeah, we certainly can't use that. But you know, anytime you see one of those randomly spawning merchants, you gotta make sure they don't have some interesting quest-related item. Kind of like that other one that sells the... What is it? Like a very like dull dagger or something? And then if you use the vial of organic acid, I think it was, on it, it removes the rust and it turns out to be like a key. Something like that. That's always an interesting quest. Especially because, you know, it's a big enough key that you can literally go around and hit things with a rusted key. So that's nice. Because I think it is like a dagger weapon before you unrustify it. Alright, House of Storms. Let's see how badly this goes. So it should get us at least one level if we finish it. So let's find the first enemy and try to kill them. First of all, what level are you? 115, yeesh. I don't know if I crit there or if you're just a wimp, but got one shot. Let's try that again. Is this repeatable? Might have just crit again. In all honesty, it's pretty often that this character crits because they have that 1% increased crit chance. So we're just gonna call that a double fluke. Yeah, but now there's two of you. Okay, triple fluke. All right, maybe these guys are just utter wimps. But that's good for us. I mean, they're level 115, but I one-shot them, so really, I count that as not level 115. Oh, he survived a singular spell. He is the strongest among them. But yeah, there's a lot of these guys in here. It's kind of nice that we one-shot them, though. Makes life a lot faster. I should have picked those up. This character still doesn't have any points put in salvaging, but might as well pick up any important salvageables as we go. But yeah, speaking of draining health and stamina, is that actually like a good strategy? Do enemies take more damage and everything if you drain their stamina away? Because I suppose you would reduce probably their melee defense and melee attack damage and all that. But I don't think I've ever really tried targeting the enemy's stamina. I've tried taking away their mana, drain all their mana, and then they can't one-shot you with spells anymore. But the stamina I've never really considered, because usually boss enemies have like thousands and thousands of stamina. Okay, and then I think we just use this. We give this to this. Then we go in here. Alright. Yeah, so it says, get the Medallion of Storms, go through to Wind, get the Medallion of Wind, go to Breath, get the Medallion of Breath, and then we can enter the Enlightened Master's Chamber. So this is kind of like the Moorsman dungeon. But you guys are all pretty much the same, right? Yeah. You seem to be pretty much the same level, doing about the same damage. Is this the Master's Chamber in here? Acolyte. No. Yeah, they're doing like almost no damage. Over time, that's gonna build up, but for right now, we're fine. Okay, but the Master's Chamber should be pretty close here, so we should get rid of the riffraff. Such a nice heal spell. Alright, Master. Alright, let's heal up. Don't know what this guy's gonna do. I know he can cast spells, so we should be wary of that. I don't know if he casts bolts, but if he does, that would kind of suck. Alright, new medallion. Then you do the same thing. You run back, you give the item, you go through the portal, go to the next place, do it again, and then you win. Alright, very nice. Yeah, and then there's one of earth and one of water. I wonder how those match up. Are they also the same thing? Because all of these are 80 plus. Didn't we already do storms? It doesn't matter. We just go through, we kill things. I mean, it's the same layout. Probably just get the medallion and leave. So I'm just going to assume that's the same gimmick, and we're going to do that. Luckily, I just refilled all my components, so we shouldn't have any issue with that. Oh, Imperil. Yeah, I really need to get that, that upgrade. Get the Corzite potions so I can dispel those kinds of things. Though I don't know if Imperil will even really hurt me that much here. Because it just reduces your natural armor, right? Hmm. So 11 slashing damage. Is that more than they were normally doing? Seems a bit more. Although, that was a level 6. So, little throwaway Gem of Purity can get rid of that before we fight the boss man. Is this the boss man? You got more Acolytes of Wind. Yeah, you get none of you are the boss man. I think that's all we need to worry about. Well, that's the boss man. Please don't pull. I want to kill your buddies first. Hey, listen. What a nice guy. He's like, alright, I'll let you kill my students first. That's fine. Why were you stuck there first? Because I thought he was going to be stuck there the whole time. You know, enlightened or not, you're doing 0 bludgeoning damage. Is this a special Flaming Claw? No, not really. Okay, well, we got what I think we wanted. Enlightened Master's Medallion. Let me just check again. Yeah, you kill the Master, get the medallion, bring it to the lady. Alright, well, easy game. That was easier than I thought it would be. I kind of expected a much more difficult set of enemies, but I think it's kind of that the enemies just don't get harder the further in you go. Like, you expect that they'd start at one difficulty and get harder, but not really. They were just all literally the carbon copies of each other. Even the Enlightened Master was just another one of the Master level enemies, which weren't very threatening in the first place, other than they can put imperil on you. So let's see. Shaoxi. That's where we're going. Then we give this back to the lady, and then she should give us our next, you know, our next assignment. Here you go. Very nice. Oh, don't need gems of balance. I can return them to her for 3 mil a pop. That is nice. Okay, well now I know where to bring my gems of balance if I ever find them from the gambling place. Because I didn't think that that was all that useful. I thought the gambling place was just like, here, have moderate coordination. Alright, so House of Earth. Is this place any different? What enemies are in here? 115. The Masters are 115. Okay, well, I'm going to assume they're all the same difficulty then. So then we talk to her again to get the folded missive. Nice. Then we go Yanshi and give the missive to a one Ukami Kiri. And then we need to go out to the next place, which seems pretty far away. That's the Yanshi. You know, I kind of wish that my characters weren't all on the same account. Because I could have my main character run this character through Coliseum, if not. So let's see, Ukami Kiri. Where I think they're inside this. My brain is telling me that they might be somewhere in here. But it's been a while since I've done the quest. There you are. I was correct. Here, have a thing. Alright, formal request. Then we need to go to the place. Shortcut is Crater to Shaky Ledge Cottages. Is that Crater Lake? I think that's Crater Lake Village. Yeah. Interesting. Is there any other way to get there? Because going to Crater Lake is a bit of a detour in and of itself. So let me just see if there's any faster. Now the question is it faster to go Highland Manors to Crater Pathway, take the Crater Pathway up to this, go to the settlement portals to go here, and then run here, or to just run around the mountain like this? That is the real question. Or even skip the step of going there and just go here to there. I don't know, it just doesn't seem like much of a shortcut to me. Because that Crater Pathway takes, you know, a good minute to go through. You can cover a lot of ground in that time. But we'll do it their way. They probably know what they're doing. They've probably researched this and found that that was faster than just running straight there. So it's Glendenwood, Highland Manors, Crater Pathway. I mean, the run just to Highland Manors itself is rather long. I mean, this is a pretty far away settlement portal from the town, surprisingly. I've always felt like some towns have their settlement portals a bit too far away. What was that? Am I... Oh, it was the chicken. Okay. Because I think when that chicken spawned in, yeah, it falls down the hill and like goes flying across the map because, physics. And I was just running along, and I see on my map just a mob just zip from one end of the mini map to the other. I was like, what just happened? But no, it is just a chicken. That's fine. Ooh, I should check Sanamar. Because it's during the spring event, so Sanamar should have a ton of rabbits at this time of year. And I want to check that out because I remember last time I messed with the rabbits. Because I was on my level, like, probably like level 120 around this point, and I saw all the rabbits outside Sanamar, and I was trying to get the, like, spring title, which, you need to kill the baby animals for because that's not cruel at all. It's fine. And so I was trying to, find the area with the highest population of those animals and then try to farm up the little title. And it was going fine until I found Sanamar, where I like my eyes turned into dollar signs when I saw the sheer number of enemies or little baby enemies in that area. And so I tried attacking them. I was just like, yeah, I'll just smack it down a few and everything will be fine. I'll get that title in no time. What I didn't realize is that they all chain pull. So like if you aggro one of them, they all attack you. I didn't realize that. And I got absolutely swarmed with like probably over 100 of those little rabbits. Maybe a bit less, maybe like 80, but still, it was a lot. And since the character was just a one-handed weapons user, there was no way I could do AoE damage. So I was stuck one-shotting one after the other, and I was so, like, boxed in that I couldn't jump out. I tried multiple times to jump out of the situation. I just could not. And so the character almost ended up dying to a bunch of bunnies because I didn't bring stamina potions at that time, and I got completely surrounded. And it's like they didn't do any damage at first. I of course evaded them, but after your stamina's at 0, you can't evade. So they were all doing like 1 damage every hit after I ran out of stamina. It was not pretty. And I was pretty young at the time, so I didn't remember exactly how to, like, I didn't remember to use stamina potions, or if I had stamina potions, I don't even think I did. I didn't remember an Aphis Lassel portal gem or anything. I had to bring my brother in to try to save me from the rabbit menace. Luckily, he had plenty of time because, I mean, they were doing 1 damage a hit. It wasn't really a very terrifying situation. Because, yeah, I feel like just going through that, I could have been, like, over here by then. And then we're going to need to run there to there, which is, I don't know. Might be faster. Maybe someday I'll time it going this route and then going that route and see just which one is overall faster. And even going from here to there looks farther than just here to there. Is that a glacial golem Margrave? Interesting. So then we needed precarious something or other. Like something about a cliff edge. Why must they do yard work? Oh, shaky ledge. That was it. Why must they do yard work every time, right as I'm streaming? It is very troublesome. So yeah, then this is the House of Earth. Then we can do the House of Fire or House of Water, which I think is pretty much the same thing. Yeah, there's a level 125 at the end of that one, but that's still not that bad. Yeah, so here is the same thing again. We go through the first place, get the medallion, go through the second place, get the medallion, go through the third place, get the medallion, and then kill the final boss. And everyone just is exactly the same. Okay, the artwork has moved away for now. They'll probably be back, though. They always are. How are our buffs doing? Not well. We'll need to reapply those. What level am I at? Currently level 89. Soon to be level 90 after this quest. If not level 91. We'll see. I think this is the right one? Yeah. Yeah, I actually only found these quests somewhat late in my other character's daily farming. So I'm not as familiar with this quest, but I think they're dailies. Yeah, they are. I mean, they take a while, for sure, but they give good XP. So you can't really argue with the results. Let's clear out the riffraff. Which is just that guy. Alright. You end up skipping these because they took too long? Yeah. I'm doing them right now because I just hit 80, and so these are like amazing XP for the amount of time I put in at this level. But certainly if I was trying to do these every day, it wouldn't be all that effective past like level 100 probably. You gotta be pretty picky as to which quests you do every single day. Pincers and a few others are crazy XP. That's true. I usually do the later pincers, later tusks, like after level 100, I do later pincers, later tusks, the moorsman on the shores, the uh what's it called? It's the Ulthoi Chasm. Cavernous Ulthoi Chasm. I couldn't think of the word cavernous for some reason. Yeah. Cavernous Ulthoi Chasm quest, because that thing can give a ton of XP and really is quite fast if you just memorize the route and run. It's just like nothing ever catches up to you and you just run right past them. But you need to be pretty strong for it, so you know, because those swarm mutilators are very sucky. Yeah, and then the last floor is super dangerous. I don't even go there until I'm really strong usually, but it does take quite a bit of running, but it's usually worth it because it not only gives the large amount of XP, but also lots of trade notes and a lot of these gems of stillness, like a ton of them. So that's why I usually do it, is the gems of stillness and the money, and then the XP is just kind of a extra big incentive to do it. Let's see, what other dailies do I do? I used to do the defensive Zykal quest, which once I found the trick to them, they're quite easy, but the first time doing them is very dangerous. Because like that is a lot of eaters, a lot of Iamontians, all of which have high attack skill, you know. Sword of Belenese, yeah, I just did that one. It is quite good. Very dangerous until you're, you know, high enough level to handle it, but once you get there, it's quick XP. Let's see, what other ones do I do usually? It's hard to remember. Oh, there's the assault quest, which is that one I don't know when they even call it the assault quest. I just know it's called that on the wiki. But it's the one that you get the Tersh Totem. So Tersh Totem quest. That one can be quite lucrative, but also a ton of running. Like, that dungeon is super long and takes a good few minutes, if not more, of each, like, floor of that place. So I can see why people probably wouldn't do it very much, but you can get a lot of XP from there. And if you've memorized the dungeon well enough, it goes pretty fast. But I'm not doing that one just yet because it's very dangerous. I mean, once again, it's filled with Verendi and, I don't know, drudges. Mainly the Verendi and the shadows are the biggest issues in there. Alright, I think this is the last one. The last room. So let's go find... I think this is the room with the masters. Let's get rid of the riffraff again. Did they... okay. They're not coming. Sure. Oh. This guy doesn't want to fight. Felicitations. Why have I come here? Oh, yeah. I think I need to give you this. Okay. Thank you. For a second I thought I had to fight him, but apparently not. That's good. So now I need to go back to Yayanshi. Yeah, sorry for killing all your students and all that. You know, no hard feelings. You can just train more, right? But yeah, so auto extortion, very nice. That one does take a little bit, but it gives real good XP. And then there was another one. Oh, was it Oswald's Dirk? Oswald's Dagger? I don't think so. Because I know Oswald's Dagger is a thing. But was that the Hamud's Demise? That was the quest. And yeah, Oswald's Dagger is the reward of that. But yeah, 100 plus, pretty quick. And it gives like 70 mil, so it's pretty decent. Not the best quest. My brother's the one that found that one. I never got too into doing it all that often. Found a loop that gave around 1 billion XP for an hour of mostly running. That is an insane amount of XP. Although, at higher levels you can get that quite easily, but at these levels, that is a lot. I don't know what quests you were doing to get that much. But I do know at higher levels, like where my current highest level character is, above level 200, there's one quest that gives almost 1 billion XP on its own, and that's like most of a level per day if you just do it every day. So that's quite nice quest. I like it. You've never made it past like 150? Really? With that kind of a XP route, I'm surprised you haven't. I mean, I make much less XP than that a day, I'm pretty sure. And yet, you know, I've still made it much further. Get bored of the grind mostly. Yeah, is very, very fair. So let's see, now we got this. I think we need to take this back to Shoshi. Yeah. You re-roll? Really? I don't know, this is like one of the only games where I felt like not being an alcoholic. Because I feel like the game gets a lot more rewarding once you get to 180, you know? And the higher level you get, the more things you're unlocking, and everything just gets easier. Not everything easier. The boss fights get harder. And then I guess I can give this back. What is it, though? It's actually pretty good. All level 7 spells, multi-strike, slashing, piercing. I mean, the attack skill leaves a bit to be desired, but missile defense and magic defense bonuses, that is nice. Sadly, I don't have any heavy weapons users, so there you go. About another 3 mil, that's not bad. Okay, and then do I talk to her again? How do I start the next one? Because I know the House of Water is also 80 plus. Okay, now I need to speak with Mishenk in Zykal. Don't know who that is, but we're gonna figure it out. Is the Temple of Blackwater? No. Oh, Blackwater is 80 plus, but they suggest 100 plus. Why is that? Let's see. Watcher of Blackwater is only level 135. We've dealt with 135 enemies before. I mean, those grievers in Sword of Belenese were 135, so that shouldn't be an issue. Okay, but House of Water, we need to go to Zykal, which is over this way. But definitely the grind can be pretty bad. Okay, it is this guy. I was thinking I recognized this guy as having a quest, but I forgot which one it was. He just gives me a medallion, okay. Right, so he was attacked by the Tanada. And that's down here. That's pretty far away. Let's see, what is the fastest route? Calabar, Landbridge Villas. Okay, that's here. That's gonna be a pretty long run. That's like Temple of Enlightenment type run. But that's fine. Hopefully I just don't have to jump off too many cliffs, because my jump skill is still not up to snuff. You know, it's not a very high priority to get jump skill for me, so that kind of stays pretty low most of the time. Although we do have the level 7 buff. Not for long though, jeez, okay. Gotta rebuff before these all run out. So that would be bad. Crystal Mines and Shattered Souls. I've never heard of that one, I don't think. I'll look into that. I mean, 200 mil, that's dumb enough mana. Dang it. I need to put stamina to mana onto this bar here. It's pretty easy. I sure hope so. But let's see. Open a new tab. Crystal Mines and Shattered Souls. It is here. Okay, it's 115 plus, so I can't do it yet. But yeah, 200 mil XP. I use acpedia.org. Let's see. Student in Glendenwood. The mine. Inside the mine, run to the corner. Storage chest. It does look like it's just a bit of running. Because it's just pick up this, give it to someone else. Pick this up, give it to someone else. It doesn't look like you really even need to kill anything. Oh yeah, a lot of quests change to daily rather than monthly in newer updates. So I've kind of learned to just assume that it's daily, even if it says monthly. And it's usually right. So yeah, that looks really quite easy. It's just kind of a running quest. I'll keep that in mind for once we hit level 115. And it's all fixed XP, so you don't even get like a lesser amount of XP for not being high enough level for it. So that's nice. So now with that kind of quest going on, I can definitely see how you'd make, a billion XP in a day. So let's see, we're going for land bridge villas. Just here. Oh yeah, and I finished buffing all of this, but I didn't put these back on, which I should. Iron golems give broken XP, you say? I don't think I've killed many iron golems since they increased the level on them. Never really had a reason to. 500k each. That's not bad. I mean, it's pretty normal for that level of enemy, but certainly not bad XP per kill. I wonder how they scaled the difficulty. They're not any harder to kill than they used to be. Really? So they're still like low level enemy difficulty, even though they're super high level and give the amount of XP that they should for that level. That seems really weird. I wonder why they increased their level without increasing the difficulty. I mean, they had remembered to increase the XP that they give along with the level. So they obviously didn't just accidentally. You think it was an oversight? Maybe. It seems like a pretty big oversight. Just like, oh yeah, we're gonna increase the level on this. Job's done. Like, no, you need to increase the stats of it too. You can't just bump up the level and hope that it works. Yeah, and I'll definitely try to kill the next one I see, if I remember. I don't know if there'll be any of them out here. Who are you? Ujin Warlord. Should I be interested in you? Are you a thing? Let me check if you're a thing. Because he looks special. Oh, he's the Soul Staff guy. Oh. Yeah, I haven't seen those guys quite a lot. I might as well grab one. Hey, losers. I wonder if this guy's gonna get one shot. Yes. He may be rare, but he's not special. And he didn't drop anything. Well. Dye plant. Might as well. And now to run back and forth along this. All the way to the bottom. Yeah, and that's... Down there is where the camp was. Jump? I don't think we should jump. I mean, I'm sure we'd survive. I guess if we jump here, we could go straight there instead of having to wind around. And that might save us some time. Let's see how big this fall is. Yeah, I'm not very confident about that one. This character's jump skill is not that good. Let's do some smaller jumps. Because if we go over to here, we can jump down into there and then kind of run down. But then that'll... As long as you don't bounce, you're fine. Usually, yeah. Usually that's the case. I think I'm just gonna run. Anytime I start a new character, I get really scared about fall damage. And, because I have died to fall damage many a time before on low-level characters. When I'm like, oh yeah, that's not a big jump. And then I don't remember my character never invested in jump skill and they just get one shot. But then the second I hit like a good amount of jump skill and I notice that long falls don't kill me, then I get super like cocky about it. I'm just like, oh yeah, no fall in this game could kill me. We're fine. We're invincible to fall damage. So it's all or nothing. Either I think I'm invincible or I think any small jump is gonna immediately kill me. Which I guess it kind of makes sense. You go bounce once to that. It's true. It's just like, oh yes, I'm invincible. I've survived 10 times the distance of the fall that is. And then you just jump off, you hit the edge at the wrong angle, and just ooh, 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 ooh. It's just, it is not good. Because you can fall like half the distance, but if you bounce, you can take 3 times the damage of even a longer fall. It's kind of broken. But we are almost there. This should let off right into here, where that's where the camp was, and then this is where the actual dungeon is. And I think this is the same thing, right? Work your way through the linear dungeon until you reach the console of that. Oh. Okay, no, it's just a singular linear dungeon. Do I remember my way through here? Oh, and I need to put on the medallion. That sucks. Why are there undead around here? Were those the people he was camping with who got killed by the Tanada? Perhaps. I guess let's put this on. I've never been a fan of the quest flags that require you to put them on because it's like I have other items for those spots. I kind of need those, and then they take up inventory slots when you're not doing the quest. All right, we'll go through here. Let me look at the map because I don't know if this no map available apparently. All right, well it said linear, so we're just gonna move forward and hope that they're right. Let's get back to that. Master of Decay. I mean, you guys are all level 115 still, so I'm gonna assume that you're no problem. You don't know this dungeon? Yeah. I've only done it a couple times. But as I've said before, usually when the wiki says linear dungeon, it means it's almost impossible to get lost unless you're a complete idiot. So, hopefully that holds true here. Yeah, and these guys don't seem to be any more difficult than the guys in the first dungeon. Except the Varindi at the end will probably be significantly harder. So I'll need to keep an eye out for when the end gets here and kill any stragglers at that point so I can 1v1 the Varindi. Is the room? No. Looked like it would be. How about this one? No, it doesn't look like it either. Interesting. How about that room? Nope. Man, this place is long. Every room I see on the map, I'm like, that's gotta be the last room, right? And no, nope, that's the last room right there. Because I see the Varindi on there. You know, they're called Masters of Decay, but they get one shot like they're the Acolytes. So that's kind of sad. For them, you know. Okay, now we got one human in there along with the Varindi. Probably kill them first. I guess that one was actually the Master of Decay. It was the Master of the Masters of Decay. Alright, now... I don't think this will be too hard, but we're gonna put a dot on anyways. Just in case. Wow, okay. How much damage does this do? Oh my gosh. That's a lot of damage. That's like... these. If you put these two together, it's a bit over 600 damage over 30 seconds. Which if you apply this twice within that duration, that's 900 damage. Kind of insane. Alright, well we got the thing. What do we do with the thing? We'll give it to the guy in Zykal. Okay. Well, let's go home. I love how there's all this like Verendi type architecture and stuff, and then you just got the little, show screen there. So like we may be Verendi corrupted, but we're still show. And the screen is like the one thing that is necessary to have in their interior design. Or maybe it was the Verendi's screen. I can't make assumptions, Verendi might just really like his privacy. I don't know. So Zykel, then we talk to Dias Aliat. Who the heck is that? Is that the guy up here that translates things? Because it is a message shard, and usually you get those translated. It is. Translate person. Translate this. Thank you. And then I think we give this to the other guy. Right? This guy? Yeah. Give him the orders. Very nice. And then it says we can give the medallion to this guy. I don't know why we'd want to keep this. I mean, anytime I do this quest, I'm going to be getting a new medallion again. So, oh, he upgrades it first. Okay. Well, I don't need it. 5 mil, I'd take it. Alright, well, there's that. I think that was the... Was that the last one I can do? No, the black water one I can also do. In theory. So this starts in Sawato. Might as well do it too. I mean, this one is suggested 100 plus, but, 91, that's close enough to 100. Ooh, but if we're 91, we can get item enchantment, finally. It has been a long time. Get that up to base 300. Well, we should probably get this up to the same as this. Very nice. Alright. Should I do item enchantment stuff? I probably should. So for that, do I want to buy the individual? Probably do. The individual, like, item teleport spells. So I go to Cragstone for that, I believe. Because it probably isn't worth it getting all level 3 item spells just to get the magic for them. Because really, we're just interested in getting teleports. And then we'll go and get all the level 7 item spells. I should have enough MMDs. Probably. I mean, 40 should be enough. If it isn't, I will be very mad at them. But we'll make even more MMDs over our lifetime. Okay, so let me just grab all of these. And learn them all. Very good. Put these on the last bar. Lifestone recall, lifestone tie, portal recall. And I think what I usually do is put all the tie spells at the end. Okay. And I don't need summon portal just yet, so, because I'm the only one on the server, so why would I need to summon anyone a portal? So that's good. We have this. And now we could go back to Arwick and get all the level 7s, and then we might be able to cast them. I mean, we can cast creature spells. This isn't the way to the town network portal. I was just heading back to where we spawned in. Dang autopilot. Because, yeah, since it's at 320 as well, it should also have about an 80% casting chance, which actually, if we were to increase that by 10 points, which would be expensive, but we have the XP to spend, we could get up to 89%. That's not very much. I think I'd prefer to fizzle a few times rather than spend more XP on that than is strictly necessary. How are buffs doing? Perfectly fine. Good. Item magic vendor. How much will this take? 16. That is a steal. Yes, please. Get all that. Very nice. Then we need to add this to like a item. Why do I have these on 2 and these on 3? Nah, I can rearrange them later. It's fine. So we need to go through all the banes. I don't think we'll need any of these, because this has those, right? Kind of. It does have, it only has Defender 6. And Spirit Drinker. Yeah, so that's elemental damage bonus. Nothing increases the mana conversion, so we'll need this. Oh, but we need the foci too. That will be a problem. Don't need any of the melee ones. That's a melee one. This one. Or was this the one we already... No? What's the one this has? Oh yeah, that's level 6 too. Okay. Did not realize that. Isn't there another one? There's supposed to be another one. I always look over these things. I don't know how I do it. Or is this... No. Melee defense. That's what I'm looking for. I recognize that as a melee because it looks like a melee weapon. But it works for both, I believe. That's speed, but we don't need speed. Okay. Swordsman's Bane, Tusker Bane, Inferno's Bane, Gelodite's Bane, Brogard's Defiance, whatever that is his Bane. Asterion, I guess. Asterion? No, Asterion. Probably. Is that all of them? Flashing, bludgeoning, piercing, fire, frost, acid, lightning. Okay. So we'll do all this first. So that. All of those, and then fire, frost, acid, lightning. Then we need the foci, which would be... I don't know, I guess I can just go to a starter town. They sell them there. Be brave and don't bane. I don't think that's being brave. I think that's being reckless. You know, you gotta use the banes. Except if the enemy's using magic, then banes don't help you. But certainly the character's gonna be a lot stronger with banes than without them. Because at this point, as I pointed out at the start of the stream, their armor levels are kinda really sucky. Let's see. Item magic. Life magic. Where's item magic? Creature magic. War magic. Item? Are they the one that's outside? It might be the one outside. Void magic, no. And no one's here. Where is the item magic guy? Oh, item and war magic. That's why I couldn't find it. I just saw war magic on the end. Why do you do both? Stop being so multifaceted. Okay. You got lazy for the most part and don't buff. Just use the upgraded version of the armor. Really? I mean, yeah, this armor is very nice. It gives you like a almost full level or a full set of level 6s, but it's not all that strong in the later game. Uh what type of character do you usually play? Let's see. What was I doing? Right. I got the foci, so I can cast these now. Let's see if I can... What are you casting it on? Specifically on the breastplate, because I was selected on that. Okay. But I did cast it. Put it on everything. Well, yeah, you did never make it past 150, but even by 150, you should have upgraded. You know, if you're a mage, you should have upgraded to ancient armor, probably. Almost out of mana. We're gonna need another stamina to mana on that page too. Really? Okay. Crystalline Crag. I think, is that the place that you go to with all like the resonant portals you find everywhere? Because I think I remember that place. Well, now that's a good bonus to mana conversion right there. Okay, we'll get stamina to manas on each of these pages because they need them. Yeah, that's the right one. Go here. There we go. It's a place with a million wisps. Yeah, I do think I remember that place. Okay, what was I gonna do? I got distracted by item spells. Right. We're going to the next Tanada quest. So that's Sawato. But yeah, that's the one where there's that long dungeon you go through that has all those little crystal outgrowths, and you just like click on what 20 of them or something, and you get more and more XP the more of them you click on. So let's see, where are we going from here? We need to talk to Pao Yajin. Is he inside maybe the inn? Where is the inn? No, it's not even the inn. This is the building with Sawato Extortion. So I don't think there is an inn here. Uh, Verindi sense, go. How? Okay, he's nearby. And he's right in here. Okay. He's not even inside. He's just standing on the street. Good day, sir. Please return to me when you are more experienced. You what? Um, do you want this? Doesn't know what to do with that. Okay, that is weird. Because the wiki claims that this is restricted 80 plus, but that might be uh just held over from the previous quests that were all 80 plus. So we can't do that. And I'm guessing it's more like the next one that's 100 plus. It's the Tanada Temple of Black Water quest. House of whatever quest. Yeah. So let's see. What else is there? We need to do the tusks. I was saying we need to do the Tusker tusks, and we need to do them. So I'll just start with Tusker guards and go from there. Because, or no, Tusker slaves. Because the level 80 ones are probably, you know, the earliest ones that'll be worthwhile to do. check Sawato Extortion since I'm there. That I could have done, yeah. I do feel like that might be a little too high level though. Let me look on the wiki. Yeah, it's restricted 100 plus, it says. And the Sawato Bandits are level 160, which I don't think I want to mess with. Alright, Tusker time. So nice actually having level 7 buffs. Finally. Oh, the Asheron's Raiment quest, yes. It's hard to keep all these in mind, like, I keep forgetting so many of them. But that's a good one as well. And very quick too, if you know where all the portals are, you can just do one after the other. Alright, one shot, one tusk. And then we teleport back. Kind of stopped the Tusker tusks. Yeah, they don't give a lot of XP until the very later ones. Because, yeah, you got in the hundreds of thousands all the way up to the Liberator Tusk. The Slave Tusk only gives about 1 million baseline. The Tusker Tuskers, yes. Which is funny because I auto-corrected that in my mind until you corrected yourself. So, let's see. Yeah, then the Guard is 2.5 million, Silver's 3.5 million, Armored is 5 million. So yeah, they're not the most lucrative, but I'm still not at the level yet where I'd stop doing them. I think past 100 I'll just stop them completely, except maybe the Devastator Tusk. That one's like a long run to get to, so who knows? We'll see what the like finalized list of dailies that I do on this character will be. Because every character I do, I find new dailies to do, and the list is never quite the same between any two characters. Well, these guys have a bit more health. And get the Tusk again. I do have the kill task for them. I don't think I'll be sitting down and like doing that. Because that's only... Why'd I go out the portal? I don't need to be here. But yeah, I think it's only like 20 mil, which would go up to about 40 mil on this server. Because, you know, doubled quest XP. But certainly still not super worth it. Because it's 500 Tuskers. I mean, that's a long... Wait, I did want to go to the service portal. Dang it. I forgot that's as far as these go. And my brain was still in, like, earlier Tusker dungeons mode. Because, yeah, from here you just need to run. So, yeah, I always go to the pits, then the armory, then across the water, over to the tunnels, then usually honeycombs if I'm strong enough for it, and then holding, and then Devastator's way down there, which I think is... Is that the Lacuna? No. What is it? No, it is the Lacuna. Okay. Gotta stop doubting myself. Because I was right going out the surface portal. I was right with the name of the Tusker place. I just need to trust my instincts a bit more. I mean, 99% of the time when I'm doing these dailies, I'm just running off pure muscle memory anyways. So I don't know why I'd ever doubt my instincts. Have I done the... Yeah, I think I did do the Cavernous Ulthochasm earlier today. Oh, so you always miss the portals? That makes sense. They are kind of hard to find when you're just running through the wide open spaces of the island. Yeah, but I think it'll tell me when one of them drops the tusk. Hopefully. Usually does. Yep, there's the tusk. Now the real issue is just selecting the correct corpse. I could just scroll through them, but I'm stubborn, so. Okay. Then this way should be the portal out. Yeah, my brother also plays without decal usually. I have gotten very used to it. It's like I can still find my way around without it by just memorizing the... Not memorizing the coordinates, but like putting the coordinates into the chat so that I don't forget them, and then just navigating there by the norths and easts and all that. So I can still do that, it's just much, much, much faster to do it with the decal, and when you're wanting to do multiple dailies every day for weeks on end to actually get through the, you know, level 50 to level 180 slog, it's like, you know, you want to make it as fast and efficient as possible. Same with the Cavernous Ulthoid Chasm, like, it would be pretty easy to miss that portal running way out, like, 4 clicks from the nearest teleport. Alright, so Armory. This should be the one that gives 5 million. Very nice. Dang it, I didn't select him fast enough. Because I know the one guy that spawns it right in the middle here, I'm pretty sure is always one that drops a tusk. So I try to select him on the way down, but they start running before you can even get within line of sight of them. Alright, tunnels. Man, but this wand is, or this staff is even better now. I mean, 17% nether damage bonus, 14 mana conversion, 25 melee defense. All of that is quite exceptional for something of this level. Yeah, I tried doing this quest a couple times before when I was lower level, and these assailers kind of, like, when I was trying to run in, one of them crit me on the way in and did like half my health. So I had to portal out and just wait until I was stronger to even run to these dungeons. Because they're tough. I mean, infected assailers are no joke. Until you're high enough level to actually dodge them. How are the buffs? Don't want the buffs to run out. Still 25 minutes. Oh, Tusker's Gift. That's a problem. I think there's one last Tusker's Gift in this dungeon, then we can get rid of it. Yeah, the Dispel traps are sucky, but they don't always work. We're a bit surrounded. You guys, let me at least over here into a corner, so there's less of you hitting me at once. Yes, I actually don't know how Dispel traps work, because, like, sometimes they dispel everything on you. Sometimes they only dispel, like, Blackmore's favor and nothing else. And then other times, they just fail. I don't know if them failing means, like, you resisted it, or if you just didn't have any spells on you that was low enough level for it to dispel. I'm not sure. They have levels? Yeah, that's kind of partly what I always assumed, but I've never looked into the matter, you know? Luckily, most places don't have dispel traps that can target level 7 spells. Yeah, I mean, the rebuffing does suck. And I mean, it's definitely not perfect, but usually once I get to a high enough level where I can easily cast level 7s, like all the level 7s, then I'll usually just stick to using the macro to buff. Because, you know, if you just go up to this, press enable buffing, and then run, it just does it for you. So I can be as lazy as I want while, you know, having all my buffs. Life Mage only caster? Oh my gosh. How are you gonna do Life Mage only without buffs? Or without, you know, dedicatedly putting buffs on yourself? Although Life Magic can be quite strong, especially if you're playing with other people, like just having a pure Life Mage is quite useful in a leveling up a group. Still have item and creature, that's true. But I mean, like, not buffing yourself as in just like choosing not to. Alright, now we're going to get debuffed in here. That is true, there are a lot of enemies in the game that are just pretty much immune to life magic. Oh, hello, Bruno. I am very scared because I have Tusker's Gift on me and these assailers hurt. And they're body blocking me. Stop it. Best game ever, I agree. That is why I play it so much. Okay, we're almost to the final room. There should be one more. There it is. And then we can dispel them. See, that's why you always gotta do the Cavernous Ulthoi Chasm. Get plenty of these so you can just spam them whenever. Oh, and thank you for the follow. Insane Fiend. You figure out your XP loop? Yes. Yeah, mine isn't the most efficient, but I'm quite happy with it, you know? Did that guy drop his tusk? I got distracted. It doesn't matter. This guy did. Okay, out of my way. And then we go to the final one, which is Tusker Holding. Which is almost not worth going to because it's a lower level one. And yet it's way out this way. And it's one of the ones that can mess up the worst. Because if you miss that jump and end up way down in that pit, you're just kind of done for. Like, you need a ton of jump skill to get out of that. So you just teleport out. And then it's not worth it to make the run back again, so... Kind of an annoying dungeon, but I've gotten pretty good at not missing the jump. It still happens every so often, but... What can you do? We'll see if I miss it today. Even if I do, that's only... How much? Let's see, because that's Tusker Holding? Yeah. That would only be 6.5 mil XP. That's not bad. If we lose it, because that's just slightly more than the armored Tusker. Because yeah, those things are even lower level than the Tusker Tunnels one. So it is kind of weird that they put them way out here, as far away from the lower level island as they could possibly put it. Yeah, and this one also has nullifies and Tusker's Gifts all over the place. There's one in here, I think. Yep. You can jump over them, I believe. But I never do. I just dispel them at the end. Which I really need to get the Chorazite at some point, so I stop burning through these. Yeah, because these guys aggro from further away. so they end up moving to the middle. Oh, you gotta go? Okay. Well, I hope to see you around. And hopefully next time I stream, I'll have more interesting stuff to do than just dailies forever. But gotta get... I mean, I kind of just had to get to level 90, but now I gotta get even higher level. Need to get to 180 now. That's kind of the next big goal. Or I guess 150 would probably be the next goal. Get to level 145, 149, somewhere around there. Do Gaerlin Citadel. Then at level 150, I can get the other Aetheria, which I still haven't gotten the first Aetheria, but you know, besides the point. I'll probably do the blue Aetheria unlock quest once I found an Aetheria that actually is good, but nothing I kill actually drops Aetheria yet, so it's not really any issue. Hey, my cloak finally leveled up to level 1. That took a while. But yeah, now it has Eye of the Storm, which, I mean, it's decent. And mainly Weave of Void Magic, so I get, what, 2? 2 extra Void Magic? There it is. Yeah, 2 extra Void Magic points. Not a ton, but could be the difference between the enemy resisting or not. So let's see, we did our Tusker Tusks. Was there something else? I could have sworn I had something in mind for after the Tusker Tusks. Maybe not. Let's see, other dailies. We could do the Assault quest, but that's pretty dangerous. But now that we have level 7 buffs, nothing is all that dangerous for us. We're pretty strong now, so I guess we can try. Let's see, so for that we need Plateau Village, which is Alluvian, I believe. Yes, right here. And then you go behind you to the settlement portals. And I don't remember the name of the settlement portal off the top of my head, but I'm sure it'll come back to me when I see it. And then that'll put you right next to the assault quests. And should I start from the beginning? Let me see. So assault quest. Did I miss the settlement portals? Nope, they're just higher up. Okay, so the first one only gives 11 mil, which would go up to 22 mil, which would almost be a full rest of my level. Maybe do the all 40, like the 40 and the 60 and the 80. Let's see. Zatara. That's it. Yeah, and then it's this area right here. Yeah, we'll try to do the first 3. Especially because doing the first one will help me gauge how difficult the next ones will be. Because we're still in a position that, you know, we're not the strongest. Oh, I never purged my Tusker's gifts at the end of that. That's interesting. How much more mana do we need? A lot. Might as well use one of these. Fully charged. Very good. I need to add these to the auto mana stone thing. So major mana stone. And that's it. And I guess regular mana stone, but we're not going to have those for much longer. So I picked this up, I think. Same, this was already outdated. Shouldn't just be running into enemies while I'm trying to manage this, should I? But do I care? Probably not too much. Don't need any of these. Okay. Now, which one of these is the low level one? I think it's lower wing is the lowest level. Head down here first. So this dungeon kind of sucks. It is a long and very convoluted dungeon. Took me a while. Wait, can I kill the guy from up here? Do I have to go down there to kill him? I don't think I do. Aha. That was the right one. Which is surprising. I honestly thought I'd need to kill a few of them before I got the right one, but no. You know, you feel changed somehow, so now I can go in the portal. And that's the only time I need to do that, because I don't know if everyone knows this, but the flagging to go through the portal is the same for each of those, and it lasts long enough for you to do all the dungeons in a row, and only need to flag with one of those. So it's very nice, very efficient. So yeah, now we'll see just how well I remember this, because it's been a while. I think here, do we go around? No, I don't think we do. Part of my brain says we do, but I don't. The realistic part of my brain is just like, just go forward. What's the worst that can happen? But that's the issue with just navigating purely by if something looks familiar. But yeah, this is the right way. So going forward there is the way to go. Noted. Go over here. Around this. I always fall for the grates, because on the map they look like a path to go, but they are not. And you know, it's easiest for me to navigate by just staring at the map, and thus I know exactly which turn is where. So yeah, none of these guys are an issue so far. So I can probably do the next level of this pretty readily. Although we're not even in the real dungeon yet, so we'll see how that goes. Here I think it's any of them. I usually go straight because then you can just get straight up into this ramp. But the other ones go straight into the pit, which is not where you want to be. Alright, into the real dungeon. You know, one spell that I feel like this game has always needed is heal over time. And the only server I've ever been on that has implemented a heal over time spell was Dekarutide. Very nice server. But yeah, the heal over time is very nice. I wish every Asheron's Call server had it. But I have no idea how to implement it, so I can't really put it on my own server until I learn how to do that. It's not exactly just a chunk of code you copy-paste into here. Oh no, they drained 0 of my mana. Whatever will I do? All the vulns. Not my favorite thing in the world. But yeah, you can definitely see why I was contemplating if all of this for just the baseline reward of 11 mil was worth it. Because this is a very long... Can you not body block me, please? I mean, one fire spell, and we're going to be in a pretty bad position. And Verendi love their fire spells. Okay, here it is. You go back here. Now, if you're on a melee person, this works even better because you can just attack things through the walls. But Should still work fine like this. So I have been wondering, I know that to fully debuff something, you usually want to put Imperil on them. But as a magic user, I don't... My damage, like, output doesn't get mitigated by damage, or, like, by armor. So, since Imperil only reduces natural armor, does that, like, do nothing for me? I don't know. I've never really needed to consider it before. I just debuff enemies with it, and then assume it does more damage, because it does in melee. Though I've never really looked into the effect of natural armor on spells. Alright, then I think... Is this the next one? No, this is the first one. This is right where we were. So you got lower level, upper level, that's higher. Middle wing. Level 100s. Level 135s. Okay, so I think this is the next one. Oh, I could have also checked the portal. Let me see. Yeah, middle wing is the 60 plus. Although the level requirement is certainly a bit deceptive. Because the enemies outside were level 100. So levels in the enemies inside are probably even higher level usually. Which is, you know, still a bit odd. I was just like, oh yeah, 60 plus, but we're gonna have super high level enemies. And I mean, that, I guess, kind of still makes sense because that's just the minimum level. But it's even more weird how there was, when I was trying to do the Isparian weapons quest, the level 80 and below dungeon had a level 180 enemy at the end. It's like, you know that nobody in this dungeon is above level 80, like, ever, at all. And yet you're throwing them up against an enemy that is for sure over 100 levels higher than them. Like, that just seems a bit cruel, right? Like, it seems a bit unfair. But of course, I never try to kill the golem boss in that anyways, because you just need to run past them and use the decanters on the essence font, and then you're good. Okay, I don't think I'm going to try the 80 plus version of this, even if we can go through all this version of it, because that is going to be getting, things are going to get pretty dang high level at that point. And already they're not very good for me. Bit too high level for my tastes. And you know, when you're pretty much the only person on the server, safety has to be your first concern in most things. Because if you die somewhere, you need to go get your corpse back. Although I guess I do have my higher level character, which is nice. Although I can't have both of them logged in at once because they're on the same account. Which means I couldn't give permission to the other character. So the only person that can ever go and get corpses for my other characters is the admin account. Which is not preferable. So yeah, I'm pretty much on my own unless it's a hopeless situation where I'd have to resort to the admin. Merc drudges. I like these drudges. I mean, they just look cool. The merc drudges and whatever the yellow ones were. What are you? Gloom Drudge. Yeah, Merc Drudges, Gloom Drudges. Very cool looking. I wish there were more of them in the game. How are my buffs? Not good. Not good at all. We need to rebuff at the end of this. If we can even get through here in 2 minutes. Which I think we can. I think it just feels like a long run. We'll need to get to the end and rebuff. Because we're not killing the guy in the 2 minutes. But right now our strength is in our buffing. And if these buffs run out, we are going to be in a world of hurt. Stop vulning me. Ow. Purge those again, get back over to our safe place over here. Are you in here? Why are you in here? This is supposed to be my safe place. Oh, you're here too. I did not notice you. No offense. Okay. Now to rebuff. Right in the middle of all this. How did you get in here? Well, aside from uninvited guests, let's get all this done. Just a little bit of fizzling, never hurt nobody. Although this guy might. My dude, I'm tired of getting interruptions. I'm just trying to buff here. Okay? Like, come on, leave someone to buff in peace. That's rude. Where were we? We cast, what did we cast last? Honed Control. Okay. Moving on. That is the sucky thing about doing your own buffs, is you can lose track of where you were. Stop fizzling. Yeah, they must be putting debuffs on me that lower my capability to cast these. Because normally I have no issue. Or relatively no issue. Okay, and get armor buffs back. Need more mana. Yeah, it always sucks when your buffs start running out in the middle of a quest, because you end up in this situation and you keep fizzling. Okay, I'm just gonna cheese the armor buffs because they're being difficult. Come on, there we go. And it fizzles. That's fine. There we go. Can we cheese these ones too? We can. I think you can do it with any of them. And then get our mana back. Probably want to get all of it back. I don't know why I keep pressing the cast button. That's not as efficient. There we go. Okay. Now we need Shadow Man to get out here. Oh wait, I didn't do these. Did these run out? No, they're still there, but gotta redo them anyway because I didn't. Make sure we stay topped up on health because this guy's coming in. I love when they heal themselves before they've taken damage. Like, why are you doing that? Of course you resist. Level 1s, go. You might have too much health for level 1s. No, it worked fine. I mean, shadows are hard to see when you're this zoomed in. If only I was a melee. The one, you know, major benefit of being a melee character, being able to hit things through thin walls. You get a few more of them, take them out. I'm kind of hoping that the Legion just comes in here, because that's the only one we need, but that's fine. If we have to slowly take out each and every other one, I can do that. Hey, Legion, you're close enough. Just come in. Thank you. Now this guy's high enough, you know, health that... What hit me? Oh, it's just 38 damage, okay. So we can put all of our damage over times. Hopefully that'll, you know, help in the long run. Yeah, this guy's crits hit pretty hard. Compared to my health pool, at least. Which is not great, I must admit. I definitely need better health pool. Oh yeah! Asheron's Raiment was what I was gonna do. Oh, their drains are actually hitting. That's what's doing so much damage. And now we just wait to teleport. And hopefully get a decent amount of XP for these. I mean, we put in a lot of effort to get them. But that's mainly why I don't always do that quest. I'm kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel at this point with dailies. Any of them that I can remember, I'm just throwing them out there. Yeah, I mean, the later ones are usually pretty worth doing. Because, like, the 100 plus is 80 mil, which is not a small amount of XP. An MMD. And then they give you these, which I just sell mainly. You want these? Yes. Actually, what is everything you'll take? Just those? Okay. Good stuff. Then Asheron's raiment. It'd be nice to get like a focus one. Because right now I have a endurance-based raiment. And only the second tier one. I think with level 7 buffs, I can probably do the higher tier ones. Oh yeah, and Blackmore's favor was dispelled. So let's see. First one. Where is the first one? Is that Baishi? Let me just get the quest. Because I always forget where exactly these ones are. Let's see. Nanto is first. Right. And then we do this. Last time I tried to do this, I could only do up to the second one. But as I said, with level... It's up here, yeah. With level 7 buffs, we should be able to go even further. Especially because now our armor is actually buffed, so we can actually take some hits from Ulthoi. They put so many Ulthoi in these, though. Like, it's kind of awesome, just the sheer number of them, but it's also kind of hard to navigate through sometimes. If they decide to do a little, like, scratch their face animation, they can block the entire, corridor. Alright, now this I don't think I need any kind of damage over time for. Yeah. Easy as that. So let's try to force our way through here. Just, excuse me, pardon me. Coming through. Just let me, thank you. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna life stone right in the middle of you guys. You don't mind, right? Hope not. Oh, but I do have, item magic now, so I don't need the life stone anymore. I can set my portal recall somewhere. That will be very nice. So just temporarily, I usually don't keep this here, but I think I can tie to the town network. Yeah. So I'll just temporarily tie to the town network, and then we could just use primary to get wherever we're needing to go instead of life stoning, which takes all my mana. Alright, next, Kayaban. Kyaban. Kayaban. I just say Kayaban. Kayaban? I'm forgetting how I actually pronounce it. That's the issue with joking around with pronunciations. You kind of end up forgetting what you're actually supposed to be saying. Right, it should be right here. This shouldn't be really any harder. I should still be able to evade these guys pretty much all the time, but we're gonna get our mana back just in case. That's so nice. Having the level 7s of that, so you can get all your mana back in one go, and then all your stamina back in one go. You know, who could need anything else? Really? Alright, so here I might actually want to clear out the riffraff. Because they are level 100, or so. I think some of them are level 80. But surprisingly, the boss should be the least difficult part of this. really hard to tell where the matron is. There she is. Finally. So maybe we can just kill her. Because everyone's kind of blocked in front of me at this point, so... Yep. Easy as that. And then we can just go here and recall. So much easier. And less mana taking. Alright, next is Uziz. Right here. Oh, and this one's level 90 plus. So we're going to be barely able to go in there. And that usually isn't a good sign. Also, that's not a good sign. Don't... What are you doing? How are you... Your life magic's still really good. How did I just fizzle twice on a heal spell? That might have been like a bad omen. It's just like, don't go in that dungeon. There are swarm eviscerators. And swarm nobles? Okay, I thought those were mutilators for a second, but the mutilators are a lot smaller, surprisingly. But the eviscerators are scary because they have high damage output. But it doesn't seem to be an issue now that I've been able to bane my armor. Should I even be doing this? Is this... Do I need to kill these two? Probably not. They're kind of wimpy. Oh wow, I just picked the Brood Matron right out of the pack there. Which is the first one I click on. Okay, but we are gonna need to probably thin the herd here. Well, I might just be able to survive in that room. They're not doing that much damage. They do hit quite often, but it's only little tiny hits. So let's just run in. Find a corner. Which this isn't much of a corner, but it'll have to do. Matron. We can just annihilate the matron real quick. Face is all purple. That's the joys of being in first person. Okay, you... Heal up again. And portal recall. Okay. That was a lot. But we did it. Those guys were no match for our, I guess, durability. Because really, I didn't even kill many of them. I just kind of tanked them. Which, of course, the level 7 healing spell is coming in very much handy for that. Do I need my stipend again? I think I do. Let's go grab that. Just while we're in the neighborhood. And if we actually need it, I'm not sure. Dang it. Yeah, I didn't write down when I got my stipend this week, so... I've just been trying every couple days. I do know that my main character needs to get the stipend and get Sir Bellis done as well. Because I believe those are off cooldown. What is the level requirement for Sir Bellis? 125 plus, okay. So we're not going to be able to do that just yet. That is unfortunate. Because I'd like to start doing that as early as I possibly can. Because not only can I do it in conjunction with my higher level character's run, where I think he'll still be dead if I, like, go in, I teleport in with my high level, kill the boss, teleport out, then log out, teleport in with this person. The boss should still be dead when I get there. In theory. Okay, and this is still the one I have. And this is strength. Hmm. Oh wait, but don't I have more in the chest? I don't know what kind they are, but I'm pretty sure I have other versions of this in the chest. So we'll go check. But that is pretty nice. Nice level 7 buffs. But doesn't really affect me. I'd really just be getting moderate strength out of it. The joys of playing a mage. Item buffs just don't really matter. Oh yeah, but we definitely want to be getting augmentation gems as quickly as possible, because I'll want to be able to get all of the spell duration augmentations just immediately. Because being able to have 2-hour-long spells is very nice. Let's see. Yeah, level 90, it's also strength 1. Level 90, and focus. That's the one I want. Very nice. Of course, it doesn't really matter. It's calming gaze, I think, is the same as inner calm, right? Let me check if I can find it, which there it is. Oh, because that's just the other version of it, yeah. So not any different. And then Caustic Boon. And the moderate focus is really all we get. But moderate focus is nice, and this makes it so I'll keep calming gaze even with even if all my buffs run out, which will make it easier to rebuff because it'll increase my focus by that much. So anyway, yeah, that's I don't know, that's all the dailies I can think of doing imminently. Do we need to put any of these back in here? I don't think so. Yeah, none of them are really that good, and we already have a strength one in there, so we're fine. So yeah, I'll end the stream here. We got quite a lot done, honestly. We got up to 97. Because yeah, you can get a lot done, like a lot of XP if you just do every single, daily that you know of. Even the inefficient ones. Oh, and while I was offline, I instead of doing all my dailies, I decided to farm a crap ton of Pyreal and made an Asparian wand, which I won't even be able to use until level 125. So I don't know why I decided at like level 80 that I was like, I need the Asparian wand. Gotta get it now. When it's absolutely useless to me. Because if I were to, turn this into any of the other types of wand, the acid or fire wand or anything, it would have a war magic requirement. So it's unusable, except when I do the Shadow Stone quest to make it a Shadow Slaying wand, you can attune it to be a Nether Shadow Slaying wand. So that's like the only time I can use it, and that has a 125 plus requirement. And I might need to wait until later, depending on how tough the quest is. I don't know. But it's funny. It's like, I don't know why I felt the need to go farm that right now, but I did, and we have it, so it's dealt with. So yeah, I'll get back to this later. Hopefully, I have more interesting and large scale quests to do next time I stream this, and I'll see you guys later. So goodbye.